wants the prisoner. Turn here.
Listen carefully. If you do exactly as I say, I can get you out of here.
What?
This is a rescue. I'm helping you escape. Can you fly a TIE fighter?
You with the resistance?
What? No. I'm breaking you out. Can you fly a TIE fighter?
I can fly anything. Why? Why are you helping me?
Because it's the right thing to do.
You need a pilot.
I need a pilot.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's a ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Kessel Run Weekly. My name is Danny, and I want to welcome back my lovely co-host, Kristen.
Hey guys!
So, it's been a while since you've been on the show. Couple weeks. Had a crazy couple weeks for you, I know, with work and everything. But we've been up to some stuff, though.
Yeah.
So, we had May the 4th.
We did.
Just passed by and everything. I know I got to participate in a children's hospital troop, bringing the droids out with Dad and everything, which was a lot of fun. And we just celebrated our second wedding anniversary as well.
Yes, we did on the 7th. Yay us, we survived each other. We're not dead.
No, we had a great time celebrating our wedding anniversary, fancy dinner, all that kind of stuff. So it was cool, but I'm glad to have you back finally.
Glad to be back.
Yes.
I missed being on here and talking to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you to both of the people that we had on the show for the last 2 weeks, Cheyenne, who did our Avengers Infinity War review with me, as well as Red 5 Live, Miguel, where I had that interview with him. So if you guys missed any of that, definitely check it out. But once again, welcome back, Kristen.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Danny.
So let's go ahead and get to it. So we've got a lot going on for the show today. A whole lot.
Yeah, good bit.
So we got to announce our new winner for our Instagram 1K giveaway. So congratulations to AJ at rogue.run, who won The Last Shot by Daniel Jose Older.
The Lando Calrissian Black Series figure.
And the original Funko Pop Box Lunch exclusive Chewbacca from the new Solo A Star Wars storyline. So congratulations there. Hopefully you'll be receiving that fairly soon. But congratulations. And also we wanted to thank one of our listeners, at FoxRono90, who sent us a little Solo care package.
Yeah, he did. It was lots of good little stuff.
Yeah, so I had mentioned on, I think, one of our Instagram stories or something, that I collected I think I posted a picture, I don't know, but I collect the Hot Wheels die-cast ships. Well, he was kind enough to find a couple of those ships that I'd been looking for in his hometown, the Millennium Falcon from Solo, as well as the Arrestor Cruiser, which is a new ship that's supposed to be in Solo as well, based on a concept design from the original concepts of the Star Destroyer, which was really, really cool. And then we also got 2 pins from him as well from, it says, the United States Southern Command, which is really cool because I love my pins. So so it was definitely really cool. So thank you, Jorge, FoxRono90. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and guys, keep a lookout for other giveaways. We want to try to make that something we do a little bit more, so just keep an eye out on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, all of our platforms. That way you can know what to do to win the next giveaway.
Absolutely, absolutely. You want to go ahead and jump on into our episode?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Cool. So we got some Solo news this week. Quite a bit Solo news, actually.
Yeah.
So I think it was actually officially last week that the Solo featurette had come out. So what did you think of that? Because we got to recently watch that together.
I thought it was interesting. It kind of gave a few new perspectives on things, but not enough to really, I don't know, I guess make a difference other than the trailers. I don't know. Nothing really super new, I guess. There's a couple little things we kind of picked up on that actually you picked up more so on than me. I know there was a couple things I kind of pointed out to you. And we'll get to those, but I liked it. It's a good way to kind of bring in the last momentum here. I mean, the movie's coming out in what, like
2 weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like
we're closing
under
in.
10 days here now.
Stay on target.
Yeah.
So really, the featurette felt more like world building, kind of, because it opens up with Ron Howard talking about how like the Empire has a firm hold on the galaxy and everything. Because it's not immediately after Revenge of the Sith. I think it's I'm not sure of the timeline from Revenge of the Sith, but it's not far after the Galactic Empire has risen to power. So there's not all this rebellion and all that kind of stuff yet, the way that I gathered from the featurette. So it's kind of a gloom and doom, dark day for everyone in the galaxy. So I thought it was cool, the couple glimpses that we got, and you have those in your notes. One of which being the dice for Han Solo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we see him put the dice up on his little car as he's taking off, driving. And this may be a scene that we've seen before, but we hadn't seen the dice scene. So it just makes me wonder, and we talked about how we see Kira. She has the die and...
on the packaging for the 12-inch Kira figure.
Yeah,
which I thought was peculiar.
Yes, we both did. We were like, what?
Those don't belong there.
Right, so we're just trying to figure out who started with the dice. Like, are they Han's? Are they Kira's? Like who? Is there 2 sets of them, which I know I kind of threw out there, and we kind of shot it down. I'm funny. Anyway, but we did. We decided that probably wasn't, feasible, that it probably was just one. And since they've been like lifelong like friends, essentially they were kind of grew up together, that it's probably one set that they've possibly been passing around, maybe.
I don't know. So, because that's the thing is, like, I think it was in Legends where it was decided that was the dice that Han won the Falcon with. And in the Solo trailers, we're seeing it before Han has the Falcon. So I don't know if the dice are, like, detachable from the chain. I mean, I guess a new cool way to carry your dice. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I kind of wonder as well is if it's something that, but like you said, between him and Kira, where it's like, boy has crush gives boy memento or whatever, something like that. Because I mean, like you said, they grew up together. They were on the streets together. They've been through the thick of it. Obviously on different paths now, because you see Kira's all like fancied up and with Dryden Voss, and Han looks the same. Right. So he's still on the streets where she's like, I'm all high society.
Oh, whatever. I mean, she's the mother of dragons. She can be however she wants. Not related, but you all should know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so I'm interested to see where the dice come from. Yeah. Equally, I was really interested in a line from that Lando says at one point. Or no, it wasn't Lando who said it. It was Han saying it to Lando in this featurette, talking about how he won the Falcon. He's like, did you win the Falcon playing cards? Yeah. Or your ship playing cards or whatever? Yeah. And Lando just laughs.
Right.
So is there a third owner?
Yeah, like did Lando win it from someone else first? Mm-hmm. Before Han got it? Like, is it 3 people?
See, and that's the thing is, like, we were thinking the whole time that the Falcon's a 2-owner ship. So that would be really interesting to see or even find out who had it beforehand.
How many miles are on it?
I mean, it looks pretty new, but maybe the first 2 owners really took care of it. Who knows?
They just didn't have it for very long.
There's that, too. Gamblers. Oh, man. But yeah, so I'm interested to see that, because I thought that was a peculiar line for Han to say, and then Lando just laughs it off.
Right. Yeah,
so,
no, I agree.
Which, I mean, that could just be trailer magic, cutting the scenes together.
It could be, because I feel like I had that thought in watching this one versus, like, the trailer. I was like, that's not how, like, that line was said in something else. I don't know. I remember thinking that there. I was like, that's not... Yeah. That's not the order that went in.
It was just a little, I don't know, a little convenient. But I thought that was really interesting. Another part, before we get to the bigger part of what I'm thinking, we get this giant water worm thing.
Yeah, another thing you said was like pike.
Yeah, it's not a pike. Because I hadn't seen the featurette, and I just got really excited about the screenshot, and Danny was wrong. So I am very sorry.
We need a really good like key music, like dung dung.
But yes, or like a ba 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 ba.
No, it needs to be defeating. That didn't sound very defeating. Wah wah or something. It's gotta be something good.
And this has been theme music with Danny and Kristen. But yeah, so I was wrong on that. That's definitely not a pike. They are not water dwelling at all, or long and wormy.
It was a water worm.
It was an absolute water worm, and it looked like it was, because the only thing I can think of as far as worm wise is the White Worm Gang, which Moloch is a part of. So I guess that's maybe where we're seeing that. So we may still be on Corellia at that point, even though it looked like a lot of the people that were in the background were like in Kessel gear. I don't know. Maybe
don't be wrong again, Danny.
Don't be wrong again.
Is this your last final?
This is your final answer.
Because you're about to lose the $1 million.
Yeah, I know it.
No
But
possibility though.
Yep. So no pikes yet. But giant worm guy has our hearts.
Does he though?
I don't know. I think he's kind of neat. Like it's weird. I love creatures though. Creatures and everything in Star Wars are just cool to me. So don't give me that look. But anyways, so giant worm guy comes out of the water, looks really cool and everything. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that's all about for sure.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I think I pointed out to you that I thought was really neat was the line where I don't know exactly how it goes, but essentially, just me throwing it out there, I think Han essentially asked Chewbacca his name, and you hear Chewbacca, doing his little Chewbacca.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. Doing his thing, and he makes a comment though, that's too long. We're gonna have to come up with a nickname, or something like that.
It's like, I'm not gonna say that.
Right. So it makes me wonder, like, is Chewbacca's name actually is it Chewbacca? Because I know Han does call him Chewie a lot, or is it like a longer name like Chewbacca?
Something.
Insert
Lumpawaru.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
is Chewbacca's name actually longer than we think it is?
Yes, and is Chewbacca the nickname?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or is Chewie the nickname to Chewbacca? So I don't know, because he didn't really take a long time saying his name, but at the same time, like, it could be something like Chewbacca.
Well, and I could be wrong, but I don't really remember a time where Han has ever called Chewbacca. Like, I don't think he's ever called him that full name. It's always been Chewie.
Right.
To my knowledge. I'm sure there's some point where he does. But I think Chewie's the nickname to Chewbacca. See, it would be interesting if he had like if Wookiees had like a last name. That would be weird. That would be kind of interesting though. So maybe it was Chewbacca is too long, and that's why he's like, I'm not saying that. I'll have to call you something else.
Right. So it could be. This might just be me stretching there. So
like you have Chewie to Chewbacca. You've got Lumpy to Lumpawaru. So
Lumpy, miss you.
Oh, you haven't even dove into the depths of Lumpy's love for you.
We're not getting into this tonight because you're going to break my heart. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so I think that's more of the Chewie to Chewbacca, but I think it would be interesting to see if there's more to that. Because I feel like we're going to get a glimpse at kind of like a Wookiee culture-esque kind of thing. Because, I mean, obviously he's being freed from slavery.
Right.
We may get to see part of his family. Right. Something like that. So I think I'm most excited overall for Solo for Chewbacca. Like, let's just call this Chewbacca a Star Wars story.
No.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely am. I'm so excited to see more Chewie in this.
Yeah, I am too, because I think, and this is, it may not even happen, so y'all can just call me out if it doesn't, but I think we're really going to get the beginning of, like, Chewie here. Not necessarily, like, Chewie's birth, but like
not quite that far back.
Not quite, but we're gonna get like Chewie's entrance. You know what I mean? Like how him and Solo, met.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that's definitely what we're gonna get, and I'm really looking forward to that because I need to make a countdown on my phone because you said a couple weeks, so
yeah, we're getting close.
So over a little over 10 days, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Comes out the 25th. We'll be seeing it the night of the 24th. So. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about was, so I've mentioned it in I think 3 episodes ago. I'm not sure exactly how many, but
3, 4, sounds
yeah,
about right.
in a previous episode talking about the mud trooper for Han, talking about if he was a mud trooper, all that kind of stuff and everything. Well, now we see him in full gear.
Yes.
So the question is he part of Beckett and Val's job at the time, like their crew in this, or is he an actual trooper? So I think in this featurette, and again, trailer magic, could be cut together in any way possible, but there's one part where it's almost like he's trying to like interview for the job with Beckett, where he's like, I'm a driver and I'm a great pilot. And he's in his mud trooper gear and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of makes me wonder if he's trying to get out of the Empire in that moment. Like, trying to find a way out, because he looks pretty horrified with the war going around.
Yeah, he definitely does. He looks like he doesn't know what he got himself into. Kind of like how Finn does.
Exactly.
In the beginning, like, okay, I'm doing my job. And then all of a sudden, like, next thing you know, Finn's just, like, staring off, like, what did I sign up for? What? Or I guess he didn't really sign up for, but what are we doing? I guess
Finn had much less of a choice than Han would have.
I realized when I was saying it, I was like, I guess he really didn't technically sign up. He just kind of got...
You're born, you're breathing, you're in.
Right. So, I think so, too. I think that it's in the middle of a war. Or maybe, like you said, maybe trailer magic. So, I mean, this could be a really big fast-forward jump. Like, this could be within 5 minutes of the movie starting.
Yeah.
You know, and then that part we see could be, like, within the next 30 minutes. So,
yeah.
You just don't know. But I think you're pretty spot on with your theory.
Yeah, I think this is maybe where Han defects or something. Because it would be interesting to see him defect, because it almost would like give him more of a connection to the sequel trilogy with Finn and everything. And so with him and Finn, it kind of makes it cooler that he understands, he knows, and all that.
Yeah.
So
I remember us making that connection to talking about how we felt like Solo really relates with Finn in that capacity, about him being, you know, that he just jumped out of the First Order like that, and we think that this could be, you know, when Han does the same thing, so that's why he kind of has that sympathy for him, like a, yeah. Like
yeah,
it
gives that relationship a little bit, it takes it a little bit deeper,
yeah,
I think. So I think that'd be really, really cool to see that happen. However, like I said, 2 weeks, we'll know.
I know.
So that'll be really cool. But yeah, overall, I really like this featurette. In addition, just kind of quickly mentioning, I really enjoyed the tour of the Millennium Falcon with Donald Glover.
It was so pretty.
It was so
good.
pretty.
You know, that's kind of weird, but I think that's kind of one of the things I'm most excited about, is seeing, like, the clean Millennium Falcon.
As it should be.
Right, like, the way it was, like, when it first started, essentially, and I don't know, I'm not sure how far we're going to get into Solo, or if we're going to get, you know, any type of present day, or this is not what happened in order for it to turn the way it did, but I think
Han's just a slob.
Well, I mean, he's living with the walking carpet, so...
Well, Chewie may have a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, but still...
Yeah.
It was still, I think it's going to be really exciting to see that. Because it's, like, all white, like, on the inside, essentially. And
it's like a freaking new car.
Right?
It's awesome.
And it was just, I liked it.
Yes. It was beautiful.
Twas. We loved the cape room.
Oh, yes. The cape room was great.
The cape room, the shoes. It was good. He has the cape for his sister's wedding.
Yeah.
The cape for... like every day or something like that.
Yeah. He was like, and this is the one.
Cold.
Yeah, just in case you're cold.
He said one more, but I can't think of what it was.
Yeah.
It was like the black looking one. I think that he said was the Galactic something.
Oh,
something.
Intergalactic President's Day.
Yeah. Something like that. It was very funny. But yes.
Yeah. So that one was cool to kind of get a look at a brand new Falcon and everything. It was neat. I really enjoyed that one for sure. Speaking of the Millennium Falcon, I learned something new today about the from the Millennium Falcon toy.
Tell more.
So I guess potential spoilers? Not really.
Are we going to spoil this?
I mean, it's not really spoilers, but I don't know. But I had learned a little bit about the Millennium Falcon toy from Hasbro. So I think by now most of us know what the little attachment on the very front of it is, in between the prongs. It's an escape craft. Or at least that's how it's labeled on the toy. Escape craft. But there was something that I thought was really peculiar with it, where it has like this hyperspace function, where like when you're playing with it and everything, you can make it go into hyperspace. Well, apparently there's a mode where like it goes into hyperspace and like overheats, air quotes, and
We can see them.
yeah. But it like overheats in the hyperdrive and the top panels pop off, revealing what the look that we're used to for the Falcon. So I wonder if, and this is reaching, because obviously this is just a toy, so there's no plot to this right now, but I wonder if that's how he makes the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. He pushes the Falcon just a little bit too far. And that's how it loses some of that plating on top and everything. Now, the escape craft, I think he's going to be betrayed by somebody. Probably Beckett. But I think he's going to be betrayed by somebody, and they're going to take this escape craft, and then we're going to get
I don't know, because I wasn't even thinking that when I was thinking about this escape craft. I was thinking something might go down, and he had to send someone he loves off into the escape craft.
Ooh.
Maybe Kira.
Uh-huh. I didn't think about that. That's possible.
What if he's going into danger knowing that he may not come back alive? Like, what if the ship blows up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever happens, like, it doesn't happen the way he thinks it's going to happen.
Well, we know the ship doesn't blow up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Of course we don't. There's toys everywhere. You think the Millennium Falcon would be a well-known ship if it just blew up within the first 5 minutes of the movie? Like,
it's like that trailer where they tried to tease like Chewbacca was gonna die, had him hanging out the train with a rock coming towards him.
Oh my
it's like,
gosh.
oh no, what if Chewbacca dies?
good job, Lucasfilm. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's like, honestly, when I think about the escape pod not being there, I'm like, I don't think about betrayal. I think about him sending someone off in it. Like, someone he loves, possibly, or someone he's trying to protect in some form or fashion.
That would be interesting. Then I would want to know why he didn't go back for them. So, I don't know. I also thought about with the escape craft, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but in A New Hope, where he's talking with Greedo, talking about how I think it was Greedo that said to him something to the effect of how he dropped the cargo at the first sight of an Imperial cruiser or something like that. I wonder if that was the cargo he dropped, where he was like, peace out, later.
You're saying the cargo was in the escape pod?
It would have been in the escape craft, so he could just easily jettison it and then take off.
Are escape pods that big, though?
Well, this is an escape craft. This isn't like a pod. Yeah. So, yeah. I think it's a little bit bigger than, because, I mean, you see the size of it. And, I mean, the size of the front of the Falcon, so I think it's bigger than an escape pod, like what we see at the beginning with the droids and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe, but
I don't know. But what if it was in there and that's how he jettisoned it and dropped it and took off? So, and that's why he hasn't gone back for said escape craft, or said escape craft has not come back for him.
Or maybe it just got damaged and he had to drop it.
There's that too.
Or it just lost it.
Or maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Theories on theories. But yeah.
Right.
So, no, I mean, I don't know. The Falcon's my favorite ship. Falcons and X-Wings all day long. So I'm really excited to see the evolution of the Falcon, because it's almost becoming its own character. Just how recognizable it is and the way that everybody treats it. Like, I don't know. I love it. She's got it where it counts. All right. So moving on to our next topic, unless you have anything else for Solo.
No, nothing else. Let's go to the next topic.
Cool. All right, so we had some exciting news. I want to say that it was last week or the week before. During your break, kind of. It wasn't really a break for you because you were running ragged at work. But, but in that time frame, we got a new animated series announced.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. So, Star Wars Resistance. Thoughts?
I'm just kidding. I'm not sure. I don't honestly sound terrible saying this, but have I even really seen anything on it? Is there anything out about it right now other than just the news?
There's no trailer or anything.
Okay.
The only thing we've gotten so far is a logo and a like press release about what it is.
Right, because this is the one that's going to be like kind of anime-ish, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be an anime style. We don't know if it's going to be like a 2D anime or 3D or whatnot. I would imagine 3D because that's kind of how they've gone, like with Clone Wars, Rebels, all that kind of stuff. It'd be cool to see it in 2D, but at the same time, I don't think that they'd go that route. But yeah, it's going to be anime style, focused around Kazuto Ziono, I believe is the name. It's a very peculiar name. Very Star Warsy, though. Kind of got an anime flair to it as well. But apparently he's a spy for the Resistance. I'm thinking that the ship that's on the logo, the yellow and white one, is his ship. But like in the press release, they kind of quote stuff like pod racing and things like that. So I'm wondering if we're going to see like actual racing of these ships, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I think we're going to get a lot of cool like dog fights and things like that.
Dog fights?
Like fighter pilots in the air.
Oh.
Not like actual dogs.
I was wondering, I was like, what kind of turn are we taking here, Star Wars? What are we doing? I just had to clarify that. I was really unsure that you meant ships in the air, but that's fine. I'm just looking forward to see the trailers and just more content for it, because I know when you told me about this whole anime thing, I was kind of like,
yeah, you're not much of an anime fan.
No, I'm not. And I mean, I'm sure if I ever found one, I'm sure y'all probably be like, make her watch this. It'll be great. She'll love it.
So if you have any recommendations, send them our way, guys.
I won't watch them. I swear, I'm so sorry. I really won't watch them. Anything I've ever seen anime-wise, though, I've never grasped onto. Like, there's nothing about it that just, like, draws me
So is it
in.
the story or is it the animation?
I think it's the animation.
Okay.
Because I've got sucked in with the story with your alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah, I was sitting over your shoulder watching it one day, and I like the story, but I don't like the way the art looks. Like, it doesn't draw me in.
Yeah. Well, and that would be the 2D as well. So that's why I think that they're going to kind of go more like 3D. I think more along the lines, I want to say Voltron, but Voltron's not quite 3D. I don't know that it'd really even be animated, to be honest with you, but it's kind of along that style. Really what I'm excited for about it, because, I mean, I'm kind of hit and miss with anime too, because really the only one that I've like fell in love with is Full Metal Alchemist. That's the only one that's really kept my attention, that I've just been completely sucked in. I'm hoping to see a lot of that kind of anime action style, because if there's anything that anime gets right as far as animation wise and everything, it's action scenes and battle sequences. Like, they're freaking insane. Almost impossible, well, 9 times out of 10, impossibly insane fights. But that's the coolest thing, is that the way they shoot them, the cinematography on it and everything is just crazy, crazy cool. And I just keep imagining those, I almost said planes, not planes, X-Wings and fighter pilots and stuff like that and everything, the starfighters. I can just imagine how they would fight in the angle. I'm just excited about that, in all honesty. So
He says all this as he's like making his hands like fly in the air like they're ships, like he's just watching them go like pew 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 pew.
Well, I do have my starships next to me from Fox Rono, so
Open those up and
so yeah, I can sit here and play.
yeah, but your hands
I can
like,
show you how.
you can show me, but they won't see. It's just like how you were like, woo. You're a magician. I'm about to perform a trick with your hands. Like, it's funny. Y'all just have to be here. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I'm really excited about like the potential of like the action scenes and things like that. I'm excited about the story, because the story is supposed to be happening just shortly before Force Awakens. Yes. So we'll have some familiar voices from Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe Dameron. He will be on the show, as well as Gwendolyn Christie as Phasma.
Yes. And then she's gonna die, come back again, and then die, come back again, and then die, and she may come back.
And then there will be a sequel called Phasma: The Resurrection.
Oh my gosh, she's like worse than Michael Myers at this point. Doesn't he die like every movie? I think he dies in every movie, just like Jason or something. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. He may not, but for real, Michael Myers dies every movie, and that SOB comes back. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but he dies like in every movie, and he always like every time there's like a new Halloween, and he's back. Mm-hmm. Just walking around with his
So
kitchen
Phasma's
knife.
going to be our new Our new, she's back.
I don't know. She's like a plague. I need her to do something. Like, I hate that she even died off in the begin with. Which I know we had a conversation about this, so we're not going to get into it, but we gave our thoughts on how Phasma keeps dying, coming back. But they just need to do something right by her. Maybe this will be it.
At least right by Gwendolyn Christie.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the first female character you really
Brianna
had,
Tarth,
like, in
come
a
on.
Stormtrooper, like...
Yeah.
Not rebellion, but like a...
Leadership.
I'm trying to say, like... I'm not trying to say the rebellion. I'm trying to say the other people.
First Order?
Thank you. I don't know why it wasn't coming out. But she's like the first, like, big female role that they've had, like, in the First Order. Like, it's all been man. It's been, like, men just leading it. Palpatine, Vader, Krennic, all of them. They've been, like, big men. And it's like, finally we get a woman. And they just kill her! I'm passionate. I'm sorry. All right, we're done. We're done. All right, but yes.
Phasma soapbox over?
Yes. Phasma soapbox over. You're welcome to message me, and I will give you my thoughts and everything about it if you want. But yes. So yes, I'm excited though. So we get Poe, Phasma.
We're gonna have a lot of original characters. One thing that I thought was really cool out of the voice actors that they announced for it, Donald Faison. I don't know. Did you ever watch Scrubs?
Ish. Like, I think I've seen it, but I've never.
So I can't remember his character's name, but you know the main guy I think was Zach Braff. I'm not sure, but the main guy and his friend, they were like best buds the whole time. But yeah, Donald Faison was played his friend, and what was funny is that at the finale for the Rebels episode at Lucasfilm, Donald Faison came in there during like the panel and all that kind of stuff, and was like, "Tell us what's coming next, and tell me this. Are we gonna get this? Are we gonna get this?" The whole time he's already been cast in Star Wars Resistance, so he already knew. But it was just funny having him come in there as somebody who's going to be working on the project and everything, and as a fan, really, in that panel.
Yeah.
So yeah. Because he's a huge Star Wars fan as well.
That's awesome.
I thought that was really cool.
That is really cool.
But there's a lot of... actually, also, the Dean from Community.
Yes, we talked about him.
Jim Rash, I think is his name. He'll be in there as well.
Yeah.
So we love Community, in case you guys didn't know. So that's really awesome for for us as well. We love the Dean. As weird as he may be. But yes. So yeah, so there's a lot of talent in this show and everything. I'm really looking forward to it. Now I know you're not really versed in like all of the pilots or anything. I'm not either, but I did have a few pilots that I think would be awesome in the show.
Yeah.
So first off, and it just depends on really the timeline that they put it in or whatever. But I really, really want to see like Snap Wexley. With hopefully Black Squadron is formed by then, which is Poe Squadron. Wedge? Okay. You want to see Wedge Antilles?
Yeah.
That's the only pilot you know.
That's the only one I know.
That's what I thought.
Other than Anakin.
Ah, well, he doesn't count.
I know.
He's dead by now.
Don't make me cry. He's the best pilot in the galaxy.
You're breaking my heart.
No, don't do that.
But yeah, no, it would be cool to see Wedge. I know he's in the Aftermath novel. I've been listening to that audiobook a little bit. I don't know if he survives the novel, so I couldn't find anything on the Star Wars wiki before we recorded. So, but yeah, so I don't know if he survives it or what. But yeah, so Wedge would be cool to see in it as well. Black Squadron. What do you think about seeing Paige possibly? Rose's sister.
Sad.
Sad?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get to know her.
Why not?
She dies.
That's true, but...
That'd be like them bringing out a whole game for Rogue One, knowing like, oh, we're going to bring out this whole fun backstory for all these characters, which you got a little bit of in the movie, but still. Like,
I was about to say, that's exactly what they did in Rogue One. Here's Jyn, Cassian, K2, and all these other guys.
But you didn't get like a
you get to know them
rather than Jyn. Like, Jyn's was like the only one you really got, and you didn't get much of it.
You got a little bit of Cassian's too. Well, the most you get of Cassian is, I've been in this fight since I was 12.
Okay. So you get one line. Fabulous. That'd be like them bringing out a whole Rogue One, like game or something, or a series or something, and like making you fall in love with them, knowing they don't survive past Rogue One. Like they're all dead, burnt to a crisp. It's just sad.
They kind of did that with Kanan. No. Oh, too soon.
What do you mean they did that with Kanan? We had a whole series dedicated to him.
I know, and then he died and didn't make it out of Rebels.
But you can't.
Spoilers.
You can't back it. You can't back.
I got
it,
you.
though, is
I
what
get
I'm saying.
you. Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to have a character throughout, the series or movie, and then he dies, like every other series and movie. But to have someone who's already died in the movie come back for
I see what you're saying.
just doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. That's like them bringing out some Rogue One something and like giving you backstory stuff to these characters, and all of a sudden you're like, well, they're not going anywhere else. They dead. Like, so what if I just crashed my plane and died? Like, she did anyway.
See, I disagree there, because I think it would be cool to get to know Paige. Because, yes, she had her little hero moment, and she was awesome and everything, but, I don't know, like, I'd like to know more than just the girl who happened to drop the bombs at the right time and sacrifice her life for it.
Maybe I'm just cold-hearted, but you killed her off. Like, I don't care to know anything.
You already know where her story ends.
Yeah, if you wanted something more from her, by her, you should have kept her longer.
Yeah.
That's just, like, I feel like this is just like if she comes back, like, almost like they do it, it's just like, we made a mistake, and we didn't want Paige to die, but we did it anyway, and we can't really go back unless we erase the movie, so...
So do you feel that way with Tali Lintra as well, then?
Yeah. Because she did. Like, once you
so you don't want to see anybody from The Last Jedi come back?
No, I mean, like, once the character's, like, dead, I mean, unless they were, like, a really big character, because I'm not going to sit here and knock, like, Battlefront or anything, because obviously we have, like, Palpatine, who's, to our knowledge, he's dead. He could still be alive. But, we have those characters that are dead, though, that have been back in the games and stuff, but this, to me, like, they weren't big characters. They were literally, like, I mean, I guess they did a big thing, but they're not well known. Mm-hmm. So, once they die off, you should have made the decision to just leave them alone, or you should have never let them die off to begin with.
Yeah. See, I'd like to at least see Tali Lintra. Just because I literally felt like we didn't get anything of her at all, other than her sounding like the heads-up display to some fighter game, basically. Some bombs away! I loved it, but at the same time, it was just kind of like that's what it made me feel like. Like when you're playing like a Starfighter game or something like that, and you hear on your left or something like that. It's just like the heads up or whatever. That's what she sounded like to me. But like, I would like to see more of her, even if it's in a comic or novel or something like that, because we got to know Tali like none, like got nothing about her other than she sounds like a heads up display and she died in a hangar. Ta-da! That's pretty much it. So, personally, I would like to know more of their stories of where they came from, what they've been through. But I'm a sucker for backstory, too. I love that. Even if I know where it ends, I want to know how they got there.
I mean, I may be eating my words later. I might be. So, we'll just have to see how this plays out. But as of now, I stand that I don't really care to see the dead characters come back.
Okay.
Like, to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But I'm also a sucker for backstory. That's why, I mean, I didn't push for a Han movie, obviously, because I have no power to do that. But I was kind of on board right when I heard, like, there's a Han Solo movie. I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm in for it till it comes out.
Side note to before you go any further, we forgot to mention Solo's pre-sales. It reminded me when you said something about the... well, no, you're good.
When it comes out.
Yeah, when it comes out and everything, and who asked for this and everything. So, like, I feel like I always see, like, immense hate for this film of, I don't want this. Yeah, who asked for it, all this other kind of stuff. Solo's pre-sales for their tickets dropped May 4th, and it doubled the pre-sales for Black Panther in 24 hours. So I think a lot of people asked for it.
I know, so who asked for it again? Like, even if you didn't ask for it, I bet you're the one buying the movie ticket right now.
So, exactly. And so here's the thing, too, is that not only did it double Black Panther's sales, it's second only to Infinity War right now. And Infinity War just took the highest grossing from The Force Awakens.
Not for long.
I know, right? But yeah, like Solo's on a really great track and everything. And that's the thing is like everybody's like, oh, it's gonna fail, it sucks, and da 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 da. Well, not everybody, but you know those people I'm talking about.
Like you don't.
Exactly. It's the ones who probably have like 6 accounts that are all saying the same thing.
It's your mom. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. But anyways, continue.
That's cool. No, I was just funny. I was about to be like, even though they're both Disney, it's like Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel. like they just keep going back and forth, and then before we know it, what comes out next? Like Ant-Man,
Yeah.
or something after. So then it's gonna go right back to Marvel. It's gonna be like Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel.
Well, Jurassic World had it at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just for once though. It was Avengers, Jurassic World,
But who are they?
Force Awakens, and Infinity
But
War.
who are they? Are they like Sony? Like what are they?
They are Universal.
Oh, so
Yeah. So Universal got to play one time.
okay. So they'll just say like, "Hey guys,"
Yeah. What's up,
right in the
man?
middle of it.
Yeah. We're still here.
It'll still be a good movie. I'm honestly looking forward to
The
Jurassic World.
yeah.
Sorry. Shameless plug. Looking forward to it.
Well, you are a Chris Pratt fangirl, so there's that.
Yes, I am. And Chris Pratt, if you're listening. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways,
I love you, husband.
thanks.
Very much.
So back to Star Wars Resistance. So
Ooh, we got really sidetracked.
we
there.
got really sidetracked.
But
so
you love us anyway.
So there's one other thing that I thought about too that was in The Last Jedi, kind of like a passing mention, that I think would be interesting. I don't know if it would even happen in this time because I don't know much about this event, but the Battle of, I think it was Chiron Belt is how it was said. So it was the moment after everybody got sucked out of the bridge and Leia became Space Angel,
Yes.
and all that kind of stuff, and Holdo takes over. And Poe leans over to the Abinetto next to him and says, "The Battle of Chiron Belt, Holdo?" So, like, Holdo has a name. And so that's what I'm interesting. I mean, obviously she has a name, but she's made a name for herself. Like, obviously that had to be a big battle or something crazy happened or something like that. I want to see that. Secondly, I would love to see Holdo in this series. That would be amazing because we didn't get enough of her. I know you didn't get to read the Leia novel. I read it. Holdo like really helps make that novel. It's so good with her because her and Leia's relationship and everything. It's really cool. Like I love it, and so to see more of Holdo would be great.
Yeah, I think it would because at this point, like Holdo just kind of came out of nowhere. For me, you have like Leia. Who's
Yeah,
on,
if
like,
you haven't
life
read the
support.
book, yeah.
Right. Like you have Leia who just got sucked out the window, forced his way back in, and then she's on like life support essentially or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like Holdo who? Like, that's how I felt anyway. Because I was like, who is this person? Like
Yeah.
this isn't someone which it could have been Akbar, but he yelled at the trap as he was flying out. No, I'm just kidding. That was mean. I miss Akbar so much. I can't believe they did that to him.
Yeah.
Like, he was like a staple character. Like, why would you just send him out into space like that?
You only loved him because everything was a trap.
But still, like, why? Like, why even bother? Just stick somebody else there.
I feel
Like,
you.
you're fine. Like, I miss him.
Well, and that's why I kind of hated that we didn't get a lot of time with Holdo in The Last Jedi. Because unless you read the book, she wasn't as big as needed to be. Because in the book, like, her and Leia are really, really close. The part where she says something about, Leia says, "I can't take any more loss." Holdo says, "You can." Because she knows what Leia's already been through, even before Alderaan was decimated, where she lost, at that time, the love of her life and everything.
Right.
So there was a lot to that and a lot of backstory, a lot of relationship there. And the most we got is the little moment where she's like, "You say it this time. May the Force be with you," and stuff like that. So I love that moment, but I feel like that moment wouldn't have meant as much if I hadn't read the book before.
Right. And see, to me, like, beginning and everything, when Holdo first comes in, you almost think she's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. They play it that way.
Yeah, because Poe's like, no, like, who is this lady? We're not taking orders from her. Like, I know best. Ha ha ha. Not
Yeah.
necessarily that maniacal laugh, but
I remember a maniacal laugh on the bridge.
As do I, but it's fine.
He turns to C-3PO.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, you kind of get that vibe. Like, what is she doing? Like, because he's, like, trying to convince you that she's, like, putting everyone's life in danger, and that's not the situation, which you do realize at the end that, like, she had the best intentions all along. But, like, it just, I don't know. Like, you don't really think too much of her in the beginning, and at the end you're like, aw, and then she's dead.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like, aw. Into the scene that people believe that didn't really happen.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It was a cool scene.
But yeah, so I think we have a lot to look forward to with Star Wars Resistance. It's made me look forward to something and not miss Rebels so much. It'd like be in my depression of, oh my god, Rebels is over.
Don't cry, honey. It's okay.
So yeah.
Quick, hold on.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, so I'm excited about Star Wars Resistance. Definitely excited to see like this anime style. I'm just interested to see what that means.
Yeah,
because it could mean a lot of things. But I am very excited to see what that's going to mean and everything for the series and where it's going to take us. So yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see. This is a waiting game for me. So
yeah.
When it gets here, we'll know if it's good enough to replace our beloved Rebels.
I don't know that anything could ever replace.
I'm not saying it's good enough to replace it, but it's something that's got to fill in there.
That's true.
So
yeah. So cool. So did you have anything else you wanted to talk about or anything like that?
Nothing comes to mind. I think we hit all of our fun topics tonight. Like, we hit it all. So we're just looking forward to all new Star Wars to come.
Oh, yeah. You think you'll ever get sick of it?
Maybe. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, I won't. As long as they keep bringing out good content like they're doing and giving us new stories, new relationships, new people. Because, I mean, even in Solo, like, we're probably only going to see, like, what, maybe 2 or 3 people we know?
As far as we know, yeah.
Chewie? As far as we know.
Cough, cough, Boba Fett.
Oh. It's a rock! Maybe. We're looking... okay, we're not going to get into sex. We already had conversation about
it. Yes.
But yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. It's going to be awesome. And guys, look for our spoiler-free review that's going to come out on May 25th, the day that it releases and everything. So make sure you check that out. It will be completely spoiler-free, as it will be followed by our spoiler-filled, it's hard to say,
I know.
Spoiler-filled review on that following Wednesday. So we'll have literally a week of Solo for you.
Yes, we will. So make sure you don't forget to join us. Set a little reminder, a calendar. Or
absolutely.
Hit the follow button, give me notification button, or all those fun buttons that remind you that we're still here. So that way we can bother you. No, I'm just
Love
kidding.
me.
Love us. No, but I'm really excited about being able to bring to y'all, like, fresh Solo, like, just what our honest,
just raw review,
reactions.
Oh yeah,
just what we thought of it, because I'm so pumped about it. I know, like, if you go back and listen to any episodes, like, I was kind of on the fence, about it up until trailers started kind of coming out, and now, like, I'm so excited. I might be first in line. Like, I know I don't have a ticket yet, but I still might be first in line.
Well, it's not too late. We can still get tickets.
Yes, we can. So we're gonna be there whether we sneak in or not. And I'm just we're not sneaking in the theater, guys.
We're not doing that.
It was a joke. But yeah.
And this has been your moment with Kristen, the bad example. No, I'm just kidding.
Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Not any worse than Han Solo.
Oh.
You
know, all right, guys. So definitely check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Kessel Run Weekly. Our website, kesselrunweekly.com. And just like Kristen said, don't forget to hit that subscribe, that notification bell, all of the things that says, hey, there's awesome Kessel Run Weekly stuff for you this week.
Right.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So, definitely check that out. And, guys, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that for the show, you can leave them on all of our social media. Or you can go to our website, and we have a snazzy little contact form where you can get in touch with us. A few of you have already used it. Thank you so much. It's been really cool talking with you guys. So, definitely do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love hearing from you.
We do. We love getting messages from you guys. I know we get a couple messages, after our episodes release with you guys just kind of like telling us how much you liked our show or how much you loved to listen, or even sometimes you quote funny things we said. We really love it. So please keep it up, guys. Just remind us that you're here, that you're listening. We see the downloads, we see the content, when y'all listen and all, but we just love to hear it from y'all. We like to hear it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So.
And I want to say thank you again to everybody who entered our 1K giveaway on Instagram. Thank you for getting us where we're at. Thank you for continuing to share our episodes and the things that we do with your friends and your family and everything. That's definitely important to us, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much. And special thanks to Mr. FoxRono9T on Instagram for our care package for Solo. So thank you so much, man. We really, really appreciate that. So shout out to him. If you're not already following him, follow him. He's awesome.
We love our fellow Star Wars fans.
Absolutely. So guys, until next time, my name is Danny.
I'm Kristen.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.